I completed my master's degree in philosophy in 2013, and when I was kind of at the dissertation stage, I was sort of working out what I wanted to do, if I wanted to carry on in academia and do a PhD, or if I wanted to sort of pursue another career path. And I was sort of quite interested in how philosophy teaches you quite an analytical and logical way of solving problems and approaching a project, and I wanted to learn how I could apply that to something else, and something quite strategic. So I decided to look into marketing, and my first job kind of really came about as a result of networking. I was actually at a wedding and was talking to one of the fellow guests, and he sort of asked me what I'm doing with my degree, and I told him, and he said, oh, well, I happen to own a marketing agency in London. And I thought, well, great. And so I just sort of told him that I wanted to get into strategy and planning, and that I was really looking for an internship or anything that he could really offer me. And he said, well, great, just send me your CV, and that was that. And I really kind of proactively pursued that and got in contact with him, sent him my CV, and then ended up working for his agency in London for a year. I started off initially in strategy, and then went on to account management and working with clients such as Swarovski, Virgin Media, Coca-Cola, Peugeot, and Nestle. And it's as is the nature with a lot of agencies, very fast-paced and very varied workload. So my role basically entailed anything from writing creative briefs, marketing research, project reporting, promotional analysis, attending client meetings. I even helped pitch for some big clients that we had lined up as well. And then on a day-to-day basis, just sort of client management, so anything from administrative work, dreaded Excel, and just kind of liaising with external suppliers for anything that was going on with our promotional campaigns. So I was there for about a year, just over a year, and I decided that I wanted to still work within marketing, but I wasn't so keen on agency life, so I wanted to go back into higher education, which is why I applied for the role at the Careers Service, and specifically within internships. So I work as the Internships Assistant, and essentially my role is marketing based. So I work with USER, student societies, various contacts throughout the university and departments to try really raise awareness of our internship schemes amongst the student body. And that involves basically marketing across multiple channels, digital, in-person, a lot of print as well. And then on another level, on more sort of recruitment and HR, I input a lot of vacancies into my career hub. I manage applications for internship positions and read through a lot of CVs and just help with the general recruitment selection process. So in terms of kind of that sort of, to give you an idea of what my job entails and what I've spent my time doing, but just to kind of give a sort of understanding or a few tips on how to get into where I am and in marketing. First and foremost, I would suggest having a social media presence, being aware of what the competition is doing, write a blog, have an Instagram account, have Pinterest, anything that will give you a digital presence. That is what companies go on if you're looking to get into marketing. Essentially, you need to know where the customer is, where they're having those touchstones, where they're getting involved with brands, and you need to be the customer. Make use of contacts. Obviously, that's how I got my first role. So I would really suggest networking and really following things up if you get a contact that you think might sort of transpire into a job. And then identify an area. Marketing's a huge industry. So work out if you want to go client side, agency side, if you want to do above the line marketing. So you're looking at kind of TV, media, radio, or if you want to do below the line, which is a lot more kind of experiential, digital, in-store. And then work out the type of brands that you want to work with. Try and keep it quick. So if you want to work for an NGO, if you want to work for a really high profile brand, really fast paced, or if you want to work at a university or something that's going to use marketing but within a different field. And then lastly, the things that I wish I'd known or any advice that I can impart to you. identify what interests you. This might be in an industry that you'd have no idea that you'd be interested in, but just really try to remain open-minded. Plan ahead. It's never too early to start your career, so come to the careers service, do an internship perhaps. Bit of a cheap plug for our services, but thought I'd get it in there. And then lastly, don't be afraid to fail, because it takes time to build up an understanding of how business works, how a company operates, and how to liaise with clients. So be patient and try to see failure as an opportunity and not an obstacle.